Hello, Accra. Hello, Ghana. Listen, it's amazing just to be here. Step foot in Ghana. 9 months later. It's all right. Let's carry on. It's nice to see smiling faces. Listen, I cannot wait to see you on Saturday in Accra for the Grace concert. I'm going to be joined by Asiedu, Sissy Chu, MOG. This promises to be a great time. Grab your ticket. Let's meet in the body for this great night. God bless you. I cannot wait to see you. I think I'll be doing Adon for the first time live. You know, so I would love to see you, so we do it together. You know?
Hamilton. And my favorite on the album, Yehoabeshi. Dana, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
For having me. I'm very well.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's always great to see you.
Yeah. The last time I saw you, the last time you came here was what? About a year or two?
Yeah, about a year.
I think you had a concert.
Yes.
Your annual
experience.
Yes, the experience.
Yes. Yeah.
And
that'll be 2 years ago, because I don't think last year the February one we're here. So
2 years ago.
Almost 2
wow.
years.
Yeah. You've been around.
We try.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I thought you were in London.
I came in last night.
Oh, last night.
Aye.
Okay. So what did you pay $150 at the airport?
I sure did.
Okay. So what? You pay 150, then what?
Okay, let me walk you through it. So you do.
No, the reason I'm asking is because I haven't traveled in a while, and I haven't had people to
tell you what actually happens.
Yes. Mm.
So you need to do a test in the UK, the PCR test.
Right.
It has to be 72 hours
before you fly
out. And so I did mine on Tuesday. The result came on Wednesday night, so that I was right in time for Thursday coming in. And you do that. That's about 100 and something pounds.
Hey.
Yes.
In the UK.
In the UK, and they need that certificate before you board the flight.
Okay.
And then when
you need to present it at the airport.
You need to present it at the airport before they check you in.
All right.
They check your bags in. So when you've done that, then you basically you get on the flight. You have to wear your mask throughout the airport.
Okay.
And then on the flight, and
even on a flight.
More on the flight,
okay.
Because my mom went to America from the UK, and she said a whole coach. Nobody was in there. So when I was coming, I thought, it will be empty. It will be empty. Shay. You know, the flight was full.
Okay.
So we had to all wear our mask. And then when you get here, they will they will ask you if you filled a form online to a health form. I didn't do mine. So there's a station iPads that you go and enter. Basically, they'll be asking your passport number. Have you been near a sick cough, a temperature, sense of smell, the normal COVID symptoms. We fill all that. Then you walk into another room. At this point, they are practicing social distancing, so they're kind of telling who comes in, who doesn't come in, and then you go and make a payment. Your $150. They give you a little receipt. You go to a next person. He scans something on your behind your passport, gives you a little note.
So the proper immigration check.
No, you're not there yet. You haven't got at this point.
Not there yet.
No. At this point, I've only done a computer entering of your health. Whatchamacallit. Then you come in and see First Atlantic Bank and pay them $150. Then he gives you a little note and a receipt. Then you go to the next person who will then scan it. Then you go to another one who orders you into a smaller room where you get your nose swab done. After the nose swab, that's when you walk down the escalator and then go and they'll have your temperature check. So after they checked your temperature, then you walk to immigration. And then they have a look at your passport, blah, blah, blah. Then you go get your bags. And then you get to... Before you get to customs, pick your bag. There'll be these guys that will check whether you're having the right bag. So
that's after you've gone to the carousel to pick it.
To pick your bags. You pick the bags. The guys check it. Then there's a Ghana Health Service booths set up again before customs.
Hey.
See, is at that place that you will find out whether your test was positive or negative.
Okay.
See, I think that they do that earlier so that by the time you've done all the rounds and you get
to be ready.
NHS Health Service desk. It will be ready. When I got there, mine wasn't ready, but Anche. And then about 3 minutes later, the lady gave me my results. It was negative. That's when you go past the health people. There's another setup there where they need to check the results you were given to see if it was negative, then they let you through to customs, where they would then find out so what the name about kind of thing before you come out. I must say it was. I didn't wait. It wasn't it was too many processes. But I came out early. So
It was
I don't
quick,
know.
yeah?
It was quick. I mean, it doesn't make you wait too long for your bags. That's the other thing. Because, waiting.
Sometimes you have to fraternize, just waiting. Someone will come and
this mask. Oh, it saved me. It saved
okay.
me.
So no one saw you. No one
No
noticed
one
you.
saw me until actually there was one lady who saw me, and I actually also saw her through. I just guessed because her eyes looked familiar, and then that's when she saw me. But so when I was done and I came out, and King David and Stella met me, and I had to take off my mask. There was this lady I was standing at the carousel with. She'll look at me, she'll turn, look at me, she'll turn, didn't address. But when she saw me, I was like, mwah, mwah, mwah. But yeah, I had a safe ride through. Only those that will help you with your bags will have a look at your passport. They will know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, because you take off your mask.
You take off your mask. Plus, they will see the name on your passport.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't you get tired now that you've become? Yeah, I know that you've had numerous hits, but now it has become like on over your head. Like where you meet people. That's Dynamo Milton. Isn't it becoming too much?
Oh, I think I'm a people person, so it's not. I don't think sometimes I feel I am nice to them. That's why they're like it. I don't even have to force it. It's okay. It's natural for me, and I don't. It hasn't. I'm yet to know if I'm actually that big.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, because David will tell you when I get to when I come, I'm jumping up and down. I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, I asked is because even me. Let me use mine as an example. Sometimes we go to places, you meet people, they give you fans, it becomes a condition. Sometimes the fans are too negative. Challenge here. Listen, every morning, and the way they listen you, and Charlie, your show, yeah. Charlie, you and George, Charlie, you and your panel. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I'll tell you something. When you go on social media and people leave a message, oh, I can't wait for the day I see you. Sometimes you think, I had an auntie, and she's very funny. She'll go, yeah, when you what?
That's it. So.
And so, you're thinking, oh, okay, you're being nice to me. But when you see them in person and they are that overwhelmed and they are that in awe, for me, it's not, I'm like, wow, do I make that? Do I have that effect on you? Is it that serious? But I think for me, COVID now has brought me close to my fans.
Okay.
And so I get to hear them speak and talk to me. And it's humbling, but it's also very... It brings reality home for you as well. Brings reality home. It makes you realize, oh, so the things they write about on social media, they truly mean it. Saying that, when you've released a song, I was telling King last night that when somebody who hasn't spoken to you in years will pick a phone and say, Mommy, why you okay. Those things are humbling as well. Yeah, but it makes you realize, wow.
Listeners, I'm in the studio with Dynamo Milton. Will definitely make you dance, man. And it hits you straight to your chest. Boom. Work in progress. But I think Dynamo Milton is you are a lucky woman.
I'm not lucky. I'm blessed and loved.
No, do you know why I'm saying that? I mean, from your first record, it's been like you've had hits upon hits. Once there's an album, there must be a hit. There must be. Do you struggle too much to make hits?
Andy, I'll tell you this. I don't think I set out to make a hit. I set out to bring out the mind of God.
Okay.
And then in the process, because... Well, you can see a word of God like Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's in the Bible.
That's it, straight.
But it makes a meaning to somebody every point in time.
Right.
And that's how a song...
My mom tells me that every time.
Okay. It comes alive in you. And so I think that's what we want, to speak the mind of God. And when it's the mind of God, it becomes the word for the people, and then it's the rest is history, basically. So that's what we pray for. Saying Nyame should give us his mind, and when we tell his mind, he should bring us the right people that will be able to help us articulate that, and then we leave the rest to him to do.
How about writing? Do you have any difficulty? Do you employ writers to help you?
Okay, so I write most of my songs. A song like there's a song called When You Come Home was the first song I ever wrote. When I was writing those songs, I wasn't that confident. I was a baby writer, and so those times I would get help, and that's why I co-wrote that with Nana Boateng.
Oh, Nana Boateng.
Yes,
great songwriter.
Great songwriter, Nana Boateng. So I co-wrote Osobekasa with him. I co-wrote Nyamia Yebi with him, but I wrote Insiwiye myself. There was another Kyeiwaa was done by Nana Boateng, myself. Yes. But work in progress, Moneyo, Nsenchene, Adom, they're all my writing now. And so it takes me a while to write. It takes me a while. It takes me a very long time. I remember this new one, Adom. My sister started it off. At least it was the story behind it is a story of hers. And then she gave me the first line, and then I took off with it. Saying I took off with it, the baby, a child with which the God gave us that song, that child is 3 years now.
Oh, I see.
So you get what I mean. It takes us a while to. I remember when we came to do that song, I went home. I said to King, I need a line. I need a line. There's a line I need to put here. It took me a while, but yeah, when we get it, we get it.
I see. So if in that case, do you have any music background? Ever been to a music school?
No, never been to a music school. But every school I've been in, I have been in a choir or I've sang in school, in church. I've been singing in church. My father was the worship leader. When the pastors of Pentecost met, he was their chorus leader and their worship leader.
Okay.
And so we've always been around. Plus, I think I was introduced to it quite early, thanks to Francis Ajay. And so I haven't been to a formal school, but I think I've been around people that have done it for a while. Yeah, but maybe that's why it takes me a while. Plus, I don't play. And so it's difficult to actually know which chords to go with it, how you want it to progress, how it be empty a check a crown, but yeah.
Okay, so but what drew you into music?
What drew me into music? I lived around music. As a child, we lived at Kumasi Afrokwanta.
Oh, so you are Kumerican?
Oh, through and through.
What side of Kumasi?
I say it with pride. Afrokwanta.
Okay.
Near Forikro.
All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't tell. I was intertwined though.
Which one? Oforikom and
Oforikom, yeah, every time.
Oforikom is around Amraga Junction area.
Even till now,
and then you
confused.
go past the water, the river, Amraga Bridge. No?
Where the carpenters are.
The carpenters are Hoya Amraga.
Okay.
Then when you start climbing the hill.
Okay.
You are at Afrokwanta, you get to BP.
Okay.
Okay,
right, I see.
But yeah, so in the house, I lived around Pentecost for that typical Pentecost people, and as a child, I heard them sing the Pentecost way.
Okay.
And I loved it, and I was fascinated by it. And so as a child, I would copy them. I would in the room, I would sing. And I remember one time, one of my aunties was shouting at me that as a child, I was singing too much like an adult. Yeah. That's when I knew, I should be doing something right for her to say that. Yeah, and then it carried on. And when I came home to the Accra, my father loved worship. In our house, we would sing. And so for me, it's never been about a job. It's something I love to do. And it's around us. We would meet as a family, and we just burst into songs after songs. We joke with our songs, we cry with our songs, we play with our songs. Yeah.
I see. Listeners, Dinah Hamilton to help me with this. The lyrics, what are you saying? Mansencheniere. Mansenchenini Empire. Oh, Why? You guys have been confused. Okay, so let miracles
follow this
okay.
prayer.
You know, I've always been confused. Nisampaya. What is Nisampaya?
I know, Nisampaya.
Nisampaya. So I asked someone and she mentioned the Nisampaya. Don't you know Nisampaya? So I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, Tima Senshani. Nisampaya. Wow. You're a good songwriter. So okay, how does it come? Do you dream? You know, it's very
I know, right?
It's rampant within the gospel fraternity. I'm sorry, no pe bia nyumba. Na me pompa ye bia eba. Na me sunda ye a vision.
Not for me, none of the above.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Me sunda I come say na me refi. So it's never about that. For me, it's about a message.
Okay.
And so I think that's why it takes me a while. I pray to God, one, for the message and how I want it to go, how God wants it to come out. And when I get the first line, my next point of call is King David.
Okay.
And his response is everything. Whether
it's good or not.
Whether it's good or not. You know, like when you sing the song and you send it to him on WhatsApp, and if it takes 5-10 minutes and you haven't heard from him, go and try again.
Oh, I see.
But it's about getting the message, and that's why I'll always ask God, what would you have me say? And then a message will hit you. And I can't tell you how it does, because you can't remember how that came, but then a message will hit you, then you play around with it. You have to enjoy it. Even if it's one line, even if it's a chorus, you have to then play around with it for a while. And then it begins to make sense. Then you begin to get a body to it. Because I don't put a pen down to write. Thanks to my phone, I record it in bits. That's what I do. Yeah.
I see. So if he listens to your songs, what does he criticize you for?
Okay, so when you say, okay, let's take, was it money or yeah, was it, even wasem? Edrobejewa atrema.
Okay.
So I did that, then I went into wasem. Now I sent that, I think it was about 2 minutes long. 2 minutes, I get the message. It's a hit, man.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's something like that. Or we could be driving, maybe in Senchene, for instance, typical in Senchene. We're on our way to Kumasi. I think we're on our way to Kumasi. And I was talking to him and Ojo, my sister, in the car. I was like, this is how it starts. And you'll be a me, if you know a sinkonya, at your front seat, over share, and I, and Ojo will go, hey, Dini. And then Raddy will go like, then you know, say, it will take, you know, things like that. Yeah, sometimes we'll send the car. And you go like, yeah, I think so was said. Then one was out there, that, yeah, things like that.
But what's the worst criticism?
For him, I don't get a worst criticism from him. My worst criticisms will come from maybe Uncle Charles in the UK. Who will go, and it's for him, it's not even, I think, a song like Adum. When I did it, one of the lines was, and because it was Adelaide that started writing of that song, she had an American line. I say a part that says, you be my doctor on my sick bed.
Okay.
The American will say sick in bed. And so I sang and I said, you have been my doctor on that sick in bed. Uncle Charles then calls, Auntie, second bed in the way you're free. I'm like, Uncle Charles, hey, America, for the auntie. Auntie, madam, obey and obey you. And at this point, my husband agrees with him. And so, yeah, then you know, say, I'm fine. So you have to, and we had done it, so I had to go and redo that part. But yeah.
But you just mentioned your husband. Is he that supportive?
Very supportive. Very supportive.
You know what I'm asking? I mean, yes, you live in the UK. Yes, with your family. Shroom. Was in Ghana. We need mommy to cook for us
I
so
know,
we can enjoy her
right?
food.
I
And
know.
then okay, worship experience.
I know.
So
I know.
does he complain?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't complain.
At
By
all,
the
at
grace
all,
of-
at all.
No, if I have a gig and I'll ask him, although we move from you.
How do you call him?
Although.
I see.
I see we move from you. And he was like, sir.
Is he Ghanaian?
He's Ghanaian.
Okay.
He's Ghanaian. And he's like, into a day, ube call, ube say. If sometimes we trim and say, then he will go, oh no, so qua, what we do on this date? So it's me corner we do. You know, it's like there's a gig I should be coming in to do, and it's the kid's birthday. And so I'm thinking, you know, I'll finish the kid's birthday before I come and all that. And he's then giving you the nudge, you know, do it. It's doable. You can do it. You celebrate their birthday the next morning, then you go kind of thing. Yeah, it's very supportive. And he's not as loud as I am. And so his support is in the area of making sure, you know, YouTube, everything is going well, making sure we're, you know, if this ad needs to go somewhere, he's always on the phone. He's always on the phone to Uncle Charles, my manager in the UK, trying to get things. They're talking, knowing, say, YouTube, you know, you're the first CD baby, yeah, now you're the first tune call. They're always doing the big talks, and that allows me to do ministry. And then he's always a proper hands-on dad with the kids. Okay. And so, yeah.
How many kids?
2.
2. Mm-hmm. I like the way immediately you started talking about him, you toned down. Yeah, it's true, it's true. I mean, the way you came, I don't know if you know, I mean, I'm sure our listeners are listening and yeah, I'm sure they realized how you toned down when we were talking about Odo. Yeah.
I think anybody who is close to me knows that, sir. In fact, all my friends call him Odo. Odo or Ho, like things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I see. but I don't know if you've noticed this about gospel musicians and their marriages. It's not, especially in recent times. I mean, there have been instances where it's been, you know what I'm saying. It's been rough. What seemed to be the problem? Is it because of the work or the mere temptations from the devil that has been stereotyped? And
I'll tell you this, Andy. The devil is on a mission to attack the institution of marriage because it's marriage that makes a family, a community, a nation, the world. It brings sanity. It's marriage that produces all these things. And so the devil is on an attack. It's on a mission to attack marriages. Now, he's attacking all marriages, whether you are a minister of the gospel or not. I think what's making this one out there is because we're under the scrutiny of the camera and the media. And so it's not just maybe, like I said, it's just a group of people. And so we just need to pray and ask God to come help and bring an end to that.
Yeah. Are you still into nursing?
I am into nursing, yes.
So how do you take your breaks when the gigs come?
It's been good. I have to say, I don't do as many hours as I used to do in the years past. Now, I say this now, I only do nursing when I don't have singing. Whereas in the years past, I would do singing when I have no nursing. So now I hardly, if I'll go to do shifts, I might do just 3 hours a day. And that's about it, yeah.
I see. Listeners, let me read some comments. You're a wonderful woman.
I don't know.
You know, I really admire you, I must admit. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, it's, and yes, out here, but I mean, each time I see Dinah, and what's it?
Oh, wow.
My crutch. I comport myself. It's like you've seen some your auntie, you know. Yeah. But you also mentioned COVID. That because of COVID, you had to work, build your own studio at home.
Yeah.
But how did it affect you?
Okay, so as a child of God, I know nothing happens to me by chance. And I think prior to COVID, or give or take about 3-4 years ago, there was news. You are not accessible. We can't get to you. We can't get to know you. You don't live here. You don't this. Then I started building social media, and so I started getting close to people. But then I didn't have the chance to actually get to know them as individuals. Then COVID came, and we had the chance to do these Facebook Live. And then we formed Team DH. And then I had the chance to talk to people. I had the chance for people to call in and speak to me and have a kind of meet people personally. That helped me. I think one of the biggest things was the fact that I was able to overcome the fear of I have to be in the studio with the producer. For me, that was mine. I always say this, that Work in Progress was the first song I did without the producer not being there. And I always say if I had been with Kyeiwaa, Kyeiwaa fireworks.
Okay.
And we used like 3 days or so to cook up the whole of Work in Progress and get it done. So for me, it tilted me in the direction of being confident to work with people even when they're not there. And then also, it helped my husband figure his way out into doing vocals. That's all we can do now.
Hey.
Just do my vocals at home. When I say I have a studio, we don't play anything. The keyboard is there. I'm trying to learn to play it. But I'm able to do vocals and send them across. And then it gave me time for me, it was like to press the reset button for me. Just refuel, pray, wait on God, and then have a bonding time with the kids. And for 9, I don't think I'm new for 9 straight months. And I've done that now. For them to wake up and see me come straight to my room kind of thing was just so good. Good for me to have that time with them. So it worked for me. Gigs, we didn't get the gigs. But I think the other parts that needed to be rebuilt, I had it done. Yeah.
All right, folks. Mr. Logic and Premier are seated already.